Morning all, join me again from the car. Just thought I'd pop out this morning. We're actually going away tomorrow, and I just thought I'd pop out, let someone local today, because I've got the time and the opportunity. It's been about -4, 3 or 4 last night, so I'm just going to go and see if I can get a decent shot of Glastonbury Tor. Again, it's one of those locations that it's been shot a million times before. I'm not going to get anything, or where I'm going, I'm not going to get anything unique. I've been there before, I've seen others have been there before, but it's a location that I quite like. Gets a good view of the Tor itself, and yeah, it's just any old excuse really, isn't it, to get out with a camera. So today I'm out with the 4x5 again in all of its glory, and I've got 6 sheets of HP5. I've come out of black and white today because there wasn't going to be any clouds about at all, and yes, colour would have been quite nice, I guess, with this sort of winter early morning light. You get that, I can just see it in the distance actually, because I've come out a bit later than I was expecting to, but you get them lovely oranges and everything, which I could just see in the distance. So yeah, there wasn't going to be any cloud about, so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to come out with some black and white. I've got loads of it left, and just sort of just have a good day out with black and white. So we will see what we can get. Yeah, thankfully there's not a huge walk between where I've got to go and where I've got to park and sort of walk to, so that's sort of quite nice for a change. So yeah, we'll see what we can get, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video. Okay, well, this, folks, is a bit precarious. I'm literally stood on the edge of the road here, but this is my shot here. I've got Glastonbury Tor in the background, got some sheep that are looking at me to be a bit strangely in the foreground here, and then obviously got these mounds and sort of mist and stuff. There's a bit of well, nice colour in the sky and clouds, so I'm going to quickly collect this because the sun is popping up over there. To be fair, I'm shooting black and white, so the colour is absolutely beautiful, but I'm not going to capture any of it because again, come out of black and white like an idiot. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to get on and get this shot, and then quickly get off the side of this road. So yeah, I'm going to set this up quickly. Okay, so first couple of shots taken. The sun is up now, as you can probably see. It's just looking beautiful down there at the moment. Fortunately, my mate's a sheep. I've decided to move out of my shot, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, I'll talk you through what I've got. So I've got a 250mm lens on. I'm set at f32, and I'm shooting at 1/15th of a second at the moment. That's what it's giving me. I've shot without any filters for the moment. I am going to stick a filter on now, red filter, just to see if we can get some more contrast out of the scene, I suppose. Just to see what that gives me with the black and white film. So yeah, I'm going to swap over now, but yeah, let's look at this business. Okay, so excuse the rubbish audio. I haven't had any time to set my mic up or anything properly. I just had to get out, get this shot. So what I've done is I've taken 2 shots with no filter, like I say, f32, 1/15th of a second, and then I've taken 2 shots with the red filter on, which is f32, and there's a second. Just to see what the difference is really. I'm sort of quite liking the fact that, let me make sure I don't get my hand taken off here, that all this down here is really quite nice, and there's a lot of nice trees down there, so I might have a drive down there and see what I can get. But at the moment, it's beautiful. Okay, so this is the next shot of the day. I've literally just come off the main road, thank God, because it was a bit precarious still on that wall next to that main road, but I'm glad I'm off it. I've just literally, it's a couple of metres that way. So anyway, so I just thought I'd walk back down through this field. As you can probably see over here, it's all misty and nice, and the sun has come up now, so it is pretty harsh. But I like this scene here. I like the fact that we've got the farm, and obviously the farmer's got his fire on or whatever's going on there. So I like the mist coming off of that. I'm trying to avoid the chicken run, which is in here. So I'm going to take a portrait shot of that. So I've worked out to just stand in here with a 250mm lens on, so it gets me that. So I'm going to take a couple of shots from here. I'll probably take one of the shots with the red filter, one without, just to see what the difference is between the two. But yeah, I quite like this scene. The only thing I'm not sure on is there's a house there, and that's in the corner of the frame. I'm not sure if that's too heavy on that side or not, but then I have got that sort of mound or that hill there, and the sort of slope on this side, sort of. Like I say, I'm just trying to avoid the chicken run. So I don't know if it weights it too much on that side, that house, but I'm just stood here because I'm actually out of the sun as well, which helps. So I'm not going to get any glare on my lens. But yeah, I thought I'd set this one up and see what we get. I'm going to carry on and walk down there. Not you can better see it on the camera just yet, but there's a tree down there. I can see loads of sheep underneath it, and it's sort of stood on its own. It looks quite nice in this light. So the footpath goes down to the road there and then along, and then it cuts down again. So I'm hoping it gets somewhere near that tree, so I don't have to trespass anywhere to get the photo of it. But yeah, it's a nice morning, real nice morning to be fair. Yeah, I love the birds now and just trotting about above the trees there. Yeah, it's just really nice. Just yeah, beautiful day. So I'm going to get on and take this shot, and hopefully it comes out. I'll show you even if it doesn't, to be fair, but yeah, as I always do. But yeah, I'll take that shot now, and well, hopefully it comes out. Right, let's get the beast set up. So I've actually made the fatal mistake this morning of not getting my ass out of bed, and therefore running around like a headless chicken. I've driven past this location before, I've stopped here before, never with this sort of nice light. So, and because it's been quite a few years, I didn't really know where I was heading to sort of stand. So it's just all led to me running around like a headless chicken, desperately trying to beat the light this morning, which I hate doing. Should have got out of bed earlier, probably an hour earlier, to be fair. I think it would have mattered a bit more if perhaps if I'd have had colour film with me, but because I don't, I wasn't that fussed that I'd missed like the twilight hours in the morning. Although I do think that perhaps that might have been a nicer shot to have a colour film, and to have got out here earlier and actually got the twilight shot and shot it right through from twilight to sunrise. But like I say, I didn't get my ass out of bed, so it's my own fault. And it is definitely, you know, something, again, for your newer photographers out there, I would say is that, you know, don't worry too much about it. If you don't get out of, you know, if you have a morning where you're just not quite feeling it or whatever, you know, don't worry about it. But then, you know, if you are looking, you're desperate to get out and you are looking to get that shot, then yeah, definitely getting out of bed that extra hour earlier to make sure you're there a good hour before sunrise is definitely what you should be doing, to be in the right place at the right time and not running around like an idiot like I was this morning. But anyway, that's my own fault. We've all done it, we've all been there. Right, I'll open that up, put the aperture to f6.3, and let's get it focused. Just looking nice now, the smoke coming off of that stack, that chimney's just looking really nice now, so See if we can get this focused in. Where's my loop? There it is. Right, I'll be back in a minute. To change this to portrait, but it's not playing ball with me. Just finding now that the camera's just beginning to sort of loosen up, really, and even when these are tightened right in, they're just not behaving. Right, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Right, go back in. Oh, he's got a fire going or something now in his on the farm. Okay. Right, so that's as nicely exposed, well, not exposed correctly, that's just nicely set up now, all in focus and stuff. I would say, obviously, given the fact it's so cold this morning, as soon as you put your head underneath the dark bag, everything starts to steam up behind, so it's a bit annoying then trying to look for a steamed up loop to make sure you're focused correctly. But yeah, so like I say, I'm going to take one shot here with no filter, and I'm going to take one with a red filter, just to see what they look like, really. Hopefully the red filter gives a bit more contrast. Yeah, so we're all set up. I'll go through the usual checks. Make sure that your aperture blades are closed. Make sure you're set on the desired f-stop, so I've gone f32 again. And I'm going to take a meter reading now. Like I said, I'm using my phone at the moment. I have actually ordered a Pentax spot meter, not the digital one, the analog one. Just couldn't justify spending all that money on a digital spot meter when the analog one does the same thing. So I have ordered that, thankfully, so I'll actually be able to meter and have the camera on at the same time. At the moment, I've got to turn the camera off, do the meter reading, and put the camera back on to be able to do this. The other thing I'm looking for as well is actually a vlogging cam as well, so just looking in the market for one of those as well. Right, I'm going to take this meter reading and then we'll get on and take the shot. Okay, so without the filter, it is 60th of a second at f32. I'm just going to fire a test shot with that. Yeah, all working. Take the first slide out to make sure that we are to be fair, the sun's not touching that. Done. First shot in the bag, or first shot of this location anyway. Right, I've just taken a meter reading now with the red filter, and I'll take one with that and see what the differences is, or are, I should say. Right, I'll just take this meter reading now, and then we'll see what that comes out like. So we're actually going to Centre Parks tomorrow, and just going with the family. I'm looking forward to that, to be honest. But I think what I'm going to do is take my Mamiya C3 And I've got some rolls of Portra 400 coming. I know, boring, but I was going to get some lomography 400 colour, obviously. But it's the same price as Portra. And I just find with that film stock that I find it difficult to scan on an Epson scanner, because it keeps sort of rolling up. It's quite a weird experience, but the thing, you know, the film itself just keeps rolling up on itself. So you're there desperately trying to keep the thing flat, and it keeps wanting to spin back into a ball again. So it's yeah, I just struggle with that film. I do like the colours it gives, but I just prefer Portra, and I know what I'm getting with Portra. The same as everyone else, I suppose. It's a bit of a boring film to shoot, I know. But I suppose you just stick with what you know, I guess. But I have got some Fromo Classic 100 black and white. Never shot that before, so I thought I'd give that one a go. It was quite cheap, so yeah, always willing to try a new film stock if it's at the right price, of course. But like I say, that Lomo 400 just wasn't quite the right price for me. So yeah, so I'm going to try that, and just hopefully I'll get some woodland shots in and around the forest that we're going to be staying in. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Oh, there's a footway here. I haven't found my tree yet. I don't know where my tree's gone, but I'm just coming up on this this behind me. This is the old rail line. I'm not sure which one it is. Might be the strawberry line, possibly, or it could be another one. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. But yeah, there's an old line here. There's a bridge I've just seen. Obviously the old rail bridge. So I'm going to have a look at that and see what that looks like. Might be a nice shot there with this this sort of lane leading in, and the light as it is at the moment, and obviously the white of all the foliage. So yeah, we'll see what that looks like. Right, so I've just taken that meter reading. F16 gives me 2/50th of a second, which is going to freeze this scene behind me. So I'm going to go with that. And hopefully that's enough depth of field then to get, you know, front to back sharpness. But we'll see. I might reduce it down to something around F22 and get 1/250th of a second. Yeah, we'll see. Right, I think I'm going to get one shot off here. So just check that. Just check that's working. Blades are shut. Let's take a shot, and hopefully this one comes out. No filter this time. Just going to shield the lens as the sun is just there. There it is. Wants to stick my head anyway. Done. That's that one taken. Make sure I put the dart slide the right way out, or the right way out for me anyway. I know a lot of people shoot this differently. Right, let's take this out slowly. Okay, so just going to take another meter reading, and I'm going to see what F22 gives me. See what that gives me. Because like I say, I've got some guys that are literally just here. Yeah, so I just want to make sure everyone's sharp front to back. So I'm just going to see what F22 gives me, and yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm just going to change that to f22 and 1/25 a second. Just going to check the shutter. Yep, that's all working. Laser shut. Everything's set. We're all right. Right, let's take this out. I've got two sheep just here. They're making their way up quite quickly, so I might just hang around for those guys to get into the frame. But like I say, it has been a real enjoyable morning. Yeah, it's so peaceful here. Yeah, I can hear some activity going on the farm, I'm guessing, which is behind the camera. But yeah, it's just nice to get out really and just take that time. Like I say, it's just, I'm really enjoying shooting with this Intrepid at the moment. Like I say, it has got its pluses and its minuses, but there is definitely more pluses than there is minuses with using this camera. I think one of the biggest minuses really is the cost of film, more so colour film. Certainly when I get my light meter, which should be arriving on the 12th of December, I'm going to be getting some Pan. You get 50 sheets for fairly cheap. It's black and white film, and I'll just be practicing using that and the metering and just seeing what results I get from it. Right, I think I'm going to take the shot. The only thing I'm unsure about, because these guys are moving, is have I got half a sheep in my frame or not? I think the answer to that is probably not, but there's always a risk. But anyway, let's get on and take this shot. So I'm just going to shield this. Let's move this around here. Shield that. And that's it done. Make sure I put the slide back the right way for me. A bit stiff for some reason, that one. And that's it done. What I would say, for those of you who are starting out with large format, this goes for 8x10 or 4x5 or 5x7, whatever camera you've got, is do try to level the tripod and get the whole base plate level, and use the sort of rise and fall of the lens on the front. The reason why I say that is because if you go to move this so the camera's sort of pointing downwards, what can happen is obviously this moves down with it and the film will fall forward, and then what can happen is when you put the dark side in, the dark side will end up going behind the film. And I've had that once before when I first started out with this camera. I'd done that, I put the dark slide back in, and the film, when I took the darks out, the film was on the outside of the thing, because obviously it had gone forward and the dark slide had gone behind the film. So just a bit of a tip there, I suppose. Like I say, at the end of the day, these cameras, one of the main reasons for using them really is just the flexibility you got with the rise and fall and the tilt and the shift and everything you can do with these cameras is the main draw for me, really. And the fact that, like I said a million times before, the fact that it just slows you down. Yeah, and it's just a nice shooting experience, really. Can be really frustrating, but it's a nice shooting experience. So yeah, but I think I'll leave this scene now. I'll leave these girls to carry on eating their grass. They don't need me in the way, although I might, now I've got a lot more sheep in the scene, I might just open the blade up and just see, reduce that down to 6.3 and just see what I'm actually getting. So there isn't anyone in this foreground here yet, but like I say, these guys here are now pretty close. You might even be able to see them on the on that camera. Do I stay and wait for them to come into shot and take another couple of shots or not? Like I say, they seem quite comfortable with me being here, although they are beginning to look up now and say, who the hell are you with that silly looking thing on? It's all right. Do I, don't I, do I, don't I? I'd also put a red filter on as well, but the issue with the red filter is it's going to slow the shutter speed down a lot more, which is going to give me an issue with taking this shot and keeping all these guys still and not having them blurred. Right, as they're coming into shot, I'm going to take another one. I've got, what have I got left here? I've literally got 2 shots left now. So, do I take it, do I not? It's always a dilemma with large format, is do you take it, do you not? Do you waste some film, or do you potentially waste some film, do you not? Like I say, I've got this issue with this power line in the background. I'm not going anywhere after this. I'm literally, the car is just up there, so I'm just going to do a walk around. So I've got these girls sort of coming into frame now. The issue then will be is that because they're quite close and the tree I'm focused on is right back there, I may have to do some tilt of the lens to get front to back focus. But like I say, I have now got these sheep right in my front of the camera now. Right, let's see if I can get them in focus without scaring them. Oh, I scared them. They didn't like that. Well, that's probably done me a favour, to be honest with you, because it means that they're a bit further away from the camera lens. So I could certainly look at one of them's having a poo. That's nice. Like I say, the thought is, because there is a farm and some other buildings on the way back. My thinking at the moment is I've got 2 shots left. Do I use it all here? Or do I walk back with them 2 shots and hope that there might be something on the way back with all the buildings and stuff? It's always a difficult dilemma I always have when shooting large format is what to take and what not to take. No, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave my 2 shots and get something else. No, I'm not. I'm going to take them. And I'm going to pack up and I'm going to get myself a... Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, leave a like. Always helps me out. I really appreciate it when people do that. And the other thing is, if you're enjoying the content, you like the channel, then a subscribe to the channel would be absolutely amazing. It helps me out massively. Enables me to carry on producing videos and buying film. Obviously, that's the biggest expense to all of this. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.